Hello. I think I'm on with you, Derek Thomas of Thomas Landscapes. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. A lot of people getting out in the garden and they're saying, hey, why won't these cut like they used to cut? And why won't this grow? And you say it might be time to look at your tool inventory.
It is absolutely time to look at your tool inventory. You know, and one of the things that people do in the early spring is they rush out to the garden center, they buy a lot of stuff, and they use those old tools.
Right.
You got to, you know, it's not that you need to revamp your own old pruners, because these are I've had them for several years now. I use them. I make sure that I keep the blade sharp. What you want to do is, if the pruner's still working, if you can sharpen the blade, right here we're going to show you this little viburnum needs a prune right there, because that wood has, as long as you're still making a nice clean cut, you're okay. If not, it's time to get a new one. Now, one of the things that you want to think about is get that inventory together. What are you going to need?
What are the essential tools?
What are the essential tools? Good pruners, good lopping shears. You know, there's also some really interesting new tools on the market that will help you save time in the garden.
Okay.
This is one that was really interesting. It's ergonomically designed. You've got a little trough so that you can actually dig stuff out. You've got a cutting edge on here. This is a weeder, so you can get down in there and get those deep roots out of the weeds. But also, a lot of times when you've got herbs and stuff like that, you want to take out a part of them without taking out all the plants, and that will also do that. See, we were able to harvest some of our cilantro, and we've left the rest of the plants in place. This is also something that people always forget about. This is a diverter. It goes right on your hose end. It's brass. You can have a hose connected to one side, and then you can have a sprinkler connected to the other side.
Cool.
Yeah, and you know, the brass ones, you pay a little bit more for them, but they're absolutely great. Also, a squirter head that you've got, you know, and the cameraman Dave pointed out that, you know, the letters are kind of big, so you know what you're spraying. And it lets you do a shower, it lets you do a hard spray. One of the things that I was really impressed with was this garden cultivator. This is really, really good for loosening up the soil, and once again, it's ergonomically designed. Now, these cutters, Allison.
Yes.
And it's our perennial right. I want you to, these are just they're ergonomically designed, very, very easy. I want you to get it anywhere in there because it's already been removed. I want you to press down and see that nice clean cut.
Yes.
That's what you want to do.
Or are these really good?
They're really good, and you're really strong.
Okay.
Now, what about bad knees?
Yeah.
Our director, Connie, was asking about that. When you're in the garden, they do sell stuff that you can use for your knees, but this is a yoga mat. When you're done, when it's about time for this to be thrown out, recycle this yoga mat in your garden. Yeah. You can use it, you can sit on it. Okay. Or if you want, you can kneel on it. It's going to help with that knee injury.
Okay, and before we let you go, how can you let these tools last longer?
The good way to make them last longer, every time you use your tool from plant to plant, what you want to do, this is actually a lens cleaner. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you keep the blade clean of any debris, get all of that dirt out of there, and store them in a dry place. When it comes to your shovels and different things like that, wash them off before you put them away. Okay. They're going to last a lot longer.
Oh, you've always got the greatest tips, doesn't he? This, of course, is our friend Derek Thomas, Thomas Landscapes, and you can get all these good tips on myfoxdc.com. Tony, back to you.
Good information. Never thought about cleaning them all. Thank you very much. All right, coming up, getting into